Rotz Report. Wrestling pedigree.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Wrestling Pedigree with our sub show debut today. I'm your host Matty with my co-host, the best thing to come out of the Wrestling Roundtable, Christopher Rotz. How are you, sir?
I am doing good, Matty. Thank you for reaching out to me and giving me this idea on starting a podcast show. And this is the Rotz Report, where we talk about wrestling. And I can't wait to start this show. And hopefully, we make this show a success.
Oh, we will. We will. I mean, me and you love professional wrestling. We could talk about it till the cows come home. So I think we're going to do very well on this show. So let's start off by Sunday, AEW Forbidden Door, which was a tremendous success over here in the UK at the O2 Arena. How did you feel about that pay per view?
Well, I feel overall it was a good show. I'm gonna give the show a 7 out of 10. Um, with the opening match, like I didn't pay much attention to the 0 hour. I just wanted to watch the main card of the event. So what I thought of it was the opening match, Edge and Adam Copeland, Christian Cage. I am happy that they got their victory as a team. They haven't teamed together since like a decade. So I'm happy for them. Happy for Zack Sabre Jr. on retaining his IWGP War Heavyweight Championship against Nigel McGuinness. Those two are the best technical wrestlers of all time. Um, I'm happy with Mercedes Moné retaining her TBS championship. I am shocked that FTR did not win the AEW War Tag Team Champions. I even picked FTR to win the tag team titles, and I said to myself that, down the road, we're going to get Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus FTR. Well, that match is going to take place at AEW All Out on September 20th. And I said to myself, that match does not need to be for the tag team champions. And I said to myself, watch, Bro Dito's going to win the tag team champions. Well, guess what? It did. So I should have just picked them, but hey, it was my mind against the heart. I'm happy about the Okada Swerve Strickland match. That was match of the night with those two. It sucks that Swerve Strickland's going to be off TV for a while. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery, and also a speedy recovery to Will Ospreay. It sucked that they had to do 2 injury angles on the exact same night. They could have just spread them out to have, do like Swerve's one night and then do Will Ospreay's the other night, not like 2 injury angles in one night. That didn't make no sense at all. But hey, if they wanted to be off TV, so be it. And now people are questioning, and I'm going to bring this question to you. Do you feel the Young Bucks should have won against Swerve and Will Ospreay at AEW All In, knowing that those two are going to be off TV?
It depends. When did they get injured? When did Osprey and Swerve get injured? Because obviously they do some crazy maneuvers anyway.
Like, I feel like they got injured maybe shortly right after.
Yeah, so
but
if they were fit, and they were healthy at that time of AEW win, then I think it was um, the correct outcome. But even with the injuries, I'm happy where Young Bucks is at the moment, just because it's hilarious.
And hey, we see what Tony Khan's been doing about the Young Bucks, giving them jobber names. It is so hilarious. The main event, it was good. Just speedy recovery to Will Ospreay. And I'm gonna say this. I feel if we don't see Will Ospreay by the end of the year, I feel he's gonna come back next year healthier, and I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I feel Will Ospreay is going to be the one to win the 2026 Owen Hart Cup, and he's going to win the AEW World Championship at All in London in 2026.
I really hope so. I really hope so because I'll be going to that one, and Wembley Arena will be sold out, and we'll be cheering for Osprey if that happens. I'm the same as you, Chris. I think the show was like 7 out of 10. I thought the crowd was you. Well, I always judge a show really by the crowd. The UK fans, we're loud. We come up with some weird chants. Um, there was a chant where people wanted Christian to be their dad. I thought that was brilliant. Um, the matches was really good. Edge and Christian match was entertaining. I'm the same as you. I thought FTR was going to win. I put that on my prediction list for the NWL prediction league. It was a crazy match, awesome match. I'm surprised we're winners, but that's the unpredictability for triple threat tag team matches are there in AEW than is in WWE. The women's match is really good. I love watching Tony Storm. Anything that she does, and she touches her faces, unbelievable. Mercedes Monet, I picked Alex Windsor to win. I thought she would have. I had an inkling because we're in the UK. Monet could lose a belt because she's already got so bloody more. But then the night before, she won another ninth belt. So I think Monet will lose her TBS at All Out. And I feel she'll go after Tony by the end of the year. The other match is really good. MGF versus Hangman was crazy, and the main event was absolutely crazy and violent. And there were some spots in there that I don't know how Darby Allin is still walking on Dynamite on Wednesday. How did you feel about all the spots like the fork to the ear? How did you feel about that from Moxley to Darby Allin?
Personally, with the Darby Allin, and I'm going to tell you, those two are they're going to put on a banger of a match at AEW All Out.
Yeah, definitely. I feel AEW Forbidden Door was really good. So let's go to their counterpart who had the pay per view on the same night, NXT Heatwave. Now, NXT Heatwave, I think, is one of my favorite NXT pay per views. So, how did you feel about that one, Chris? Ooh. Unfortunately, we lost Chris at the moment. So, we were talking about NXT Heatwave, one of my favorite pay per views. How did you find NXT Heatwave?
Well, with NXT Heatwave, I'm gonna say that was a good show that they put on. I'm gonna say also a 7 out of 10 for the NXT Heatwave stuff. The opening match, the women's number one contenders match for a number one contendership for the NXT Women's Championship at No Mercy with Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, and Jada Parker. That was a great match. I wanted Jada Parker to win because I thought it was going to be Jada Parker's time to finally get over that hump and challenge for the NXT Women's Championship, but they went in a different direction and have Lola Vice. And I understand why they did Lola Vice winning, because she got rewarded for all of her hard work with NXT and also AAA. So with that being said, it was the right decision to give it to Lola Vice. The NXT Tag Team title match, Dark State, that was the right call. It was the right call to put the tag team titles on Dark State. If they would have lost at NXT Heatwave, where would have they gone from here as a unit? They weren't. I feel like in a way they won't have much credibility at all. So giving them the tag team champions is going to be great. I feel, in my opinion, with Dark State, I feel they are going to keep those tag team toes all the way towards the end of 2025, going into 2026. And I would have them do this, they go through every single NXT tag team out there, and then they could find that one team that will dethrone Dark State, and I would have them dethrone them at NXT Stand and Deliver during WrestleMania weekend, because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, NXT Tag Team Division is at a dark state, and they are going to try to want to go have the light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel will be WrestleMania weekend. So that's where I see them going with it. The TNA Knockouts Women's Championship match. Oh my gosh. I picked JC Jane to retain her Knockouts championship, and I thought they were going to have her drop the championship at Bound for Glory and have all the TNA stars win back their championships at Bound for Glory, but they shocked us all with Ash by Elegance. Happy for her. She deserves it. It's been well overdue for her to be a women's champion, not that knockoff 24/7 championship. That championship was bad booking. Next match, the mixed tag team match. We all knew Chelsea Green and Ethan Page was going to win. If Tavion Heights and Tyra May Stills got the win, that would have gave Tavion Heights the NXT North American Championship match right off the bat. But I feel he's going to have to fight, scratch, and crawl for that. I'm also hearing reports that the Ethan Page, Chelsea Green, and Secret Service is doing very well. And they might want to put Ethan Page with Chelsea Green and Secret Service on Friday Night SmackDown. If that does happen, my brand of SmackDown will be in a great place. Jordan Grace versus Blake Moreau. We all knew Blake Moreau had to get this win to give her the push that she needs to go after the NXT Women's Championship. And what we saw on Tuesday with NXT, those two are not going to be done just yet. Hopefully we could see like a loser leaves NXT match down the road, and Jordan Grace can go up to the main roster, maybe even go to Friday Night SmackDown. That's where I'm seeing Jordan Gray's going to, because I feel SmackDown's the land of opportunity. She'll have a good time there. With Monday Night Raw, I feel she will be lost in the shuffle with a lot of stuff. The main event, I was on the edge of my seat for that main event with Obafemi and Javon Evans. I picked Obafemi to retain the championship. It wasn't Javon's time yet, but I feel his time will eventually come. Maybe WrestleMania weekend, if they want to build these two back up, having a rematch between Obafemi and Javon Evans, because we saw what the referee with the 1, 2, 3, and we all thought, oh my gosh, Javon Evans is the new NXT championship, and that was a callback from the MJF Hangman Adam Page match for the AEW World Champion at Forbidden Door. So I saw two similarities with that. So I feel Javon Evans' time will happen during WrestleMania weekend. But overall, I thought NXT Heatwave was a good show.
I agree. I thought it was a really good show. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I said predictions before, and I said this on social media. I feel the triple threat women's number one contender match was going to steal the show, and I thought it did. I think the right person won, and I agree with what you said, Chris. I think with Lola Vice doing her work in AAA and NXT, this is all eyes are on Lola. So if she can win that NXT title and take it to AAA at Worlds Collide, I think that'll be really good, considering it'll be her defending that title against probably about 3 or 4 AAA women's wrestlers. The other Dark State winning tag titles, in my head, I had exactly like you. I will keep them, have the tag titles go through everybody on the NXT roster and the TNA roster, and take it to Stand and Deliver. But if that's the case, Shawn Michaels and backstage creators need to get some decent tag teams in. They need to build a tag division again. Ethan Page, Chelsea Green, her service to Canada team. I call them Team Canada. I love this faction. Ethan Page on SmackDown will be brilliant. But what the work Chelsea Green is doing is phenomenal. The main event, I honestly thought Javon Evans was going to win. That spot he took from the ropes to the table was absolutely nuts. He's a human highlight reel, and I can't wait to see him on the main roster against the likes of Kofi Kingston, Rey Fenix, Penta. Those matches could sell out arenas.
And even on Friday.
Oh, even Andrade and Nathan Fraser. Just give us those kind of matches.
Or El Grande Americano.
Which one?
All 3.
Oh, not 4 then, because you will say thank you. Yeah, the NXT show. I had the TNA knockout outcome correct. I did have Ash by Elegance. So I just thinking now the shift from NXT to TNA will gradually come there. I think we're getting Tricky Williams versus White Satana at Bound for Glory in October. Which, you know, the TNA Bound for Glory is going to be an epic show. And that to add that match onto the match card will be awesome. Once again,
and we also got on TNA Bound for Glory. We got the Hardy Boys versus Team 3D one last time.
It's crazy that you got those two. Then you got Eddie Christian on AEW. I feel like you're going back to like 2000. To 2000. And you when you were born, then.
I was born June 4th, 2000.
Oh, so yeah, you missed out on like the ladder match at WrestleMania 2000.
My first WrestleMania was WrestleMania Goes Hollywood in 2005, when I saw John Cena versus JBL for the WWE
Oh,
Championship, Batista versus Triple H for the War Heavyweight Championship, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero, and then The Undertaker versus Randy Orton.
and don't forget the first Money in the Bank match.
And we
Which
saw the
Ed-
saw the return of the late great, rest his peace, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I remember that. Helping Eugene. But NXT once again, great show. We're gonna shift gears now. We go do a highlight. We highlight one bit on Raw, one bit on SmackDown. So let's start with our Monday Night Raw. What was your highlight of Monday Night Raw?
We're talking about last week, or we're doing this week?
What would you like to do? Because it's Friday and in the UK, SmackDown's just finished. I don't know if you
Okay.
watched it.
Well, I got what. Well, I don't have a VPN for SmackDown for the Netflix, but I have to watch SmackDown when it goes at 8 o'clock on the United States side. So my highlight from Monday Night Raw had to be Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. Those two, I'm gonna tell you, those two are gonna put on a great match on Sunday at Clash in Paris. And when I saw on Monday, Roman he just took Braun Breaker to the limit. He just pushed him, and then Roman did the Superman punch to Bronson Reed. I'm going to tell you, they better just keep those two separated until Sunday. And when the match begins, well, the referee, I feel sorry for you. Also another highlight was the main event with LA Knight Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker got the W. And now we head towards that fatal four-way for the World Championship. And I love when Belgium did yeet, yeet, yeet. I loved it. And those were, and also one of my also highlights was Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. When Nikki Bella said to Becky Lynch the C word, we are not talking about that C word on this show. So if you know that C word, you know. I was like, oh my God. Thank God they did not go and say that on Netflix. But hey, they could do whatever they want. Well, we saw the Elimination Chamber where Cody Rhodes said the F word to The Rock. I thought they were going to say it on Monday. I said, oh my God, here we go again. But hey, those are going to put on a great show on Sunday, and that was my highlights from Monday Night Raw.
So my highlight for Monday Night Raw was actually mostly what you did with Roman and Bronson Reed. But I feel there's eyes on Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and Oscar and Kairi Sane rivalry. I think this could be one of the rivalries of the year, especially with Io versus Oscar. I feel this match is going to be amazing. The build up is getting really good. There's obviously some disband now between Io and Kabuki Warriors. So I feel people need to look at this rivalry. Rhea Ripley may be a bit of a sidekick in this, but there will be a really, really good match. It could lead to War Games. Also,
And personally, you brought up about Rhea, Io, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. I feel it will lead into a women's War Games match. And personally, with the War Games concept for Survivor Series, I feel like it's getting repetitive every single year. And I just wish what they could do is if there is going to be a rumor Survivor Series going to a 2-night show one day, they could do this. You could have maybe War Games one night and then have the other night bring back the traditional Survivor Series matches. We have missed those for a long time. Or if they wanted to, you could do Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT versus TNA, and you add in AAA. Oh my gosh, that event, it will bring eyes to the product, and we could have dream matches for all this event. So hopefully they do something different. But with the Rhea and all this other stuff, I have a gut feeling down the road, I can see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky becoming the women's tag team championships.
Oh, against what? Charlotte Flair and Bliss.
Yes.
That'll be a good match. When we talk about the War Games and the build up between these four women, there is someone there that's having promos about her as she's losing her mind. Don't forget about Bailey, because I feel Bailey could be a decisive matter in this rivalry also.
And I feel with Bailey, I'm going to say Bailey's going to go heel.
Well, it's going there, isn't it? Because you got half of the bit is on about it now. You know where she was like ding dong and all that, and then the other half is the hugger. I don't know if there's going to be like a Stone Cold Steve Austin kind of mix, like you know what we get, like LA Knight kind of mix. But I do miss a Bailey Hill, and if she's on Raw and Michael Cole's there, that's entertainment for me already.
I love when Bailey gives Michael Cole headaches.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant. Let's go on to last week's SmackDown. Then that was from Dublin in Ireland. Any highlights there for you?
Any highlights from SmackDown in Dublin? I'm gonna say the crowd welcomed Becky Lynch home, and then Becky Lynch just went into her character and being a heel. And it led to a women's tag team main event with Becky and Nia. When I heard Nick Aldis saying Becky and Nia as a tag team, I just says, oh no, this brings back memories when Nia Jax punched Becky Lynch right in the nose. And guess what? The man was born after that. And then they went on against Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill. That was a good match. Tiffany and Jade, that was the right call to have them win. Hopefully Jade Cargill can get a future women's championship rematch down the road. Where to just find out and see. Also, another thing was Logan Paul punching John Cena out. I just said, oh my gosh, Logan Paul is going to be ready for John Cena on Sunday. And personally, I'm happy that John Cena went back and being a baby face. His heel run, I feel like his heel run didn't leave up to the hype in all of this. The only two people we're going to have to blame for this is Travis Scott and the final boss, The Rock. Those are the two that left John Cena high and dry.
I agree with you on that. I totally agree with that.
And personally, I thought they were going to have a payoff. And what I was watching on WWE Unreal, The Rock even says this was about business, and I just knew right in there was not going to be a payoff to this. So it was better that John Cena went back as a babyface for SummerSlam against Cody Rhodes. And I'm going to tell you, that was shocking when Cena went back being a babyface, because I said, oh my gosh, is Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel at SummerSlam and they could do the double turn, but the double turn did not happen. But hey, we're gonna be on our edge of our seats for the John Cena Logan Paul match on Sunday, and that's just basically it.
So my highlight for the SmackDown was the John Cena Logan Paul talk. Cena buried Logan, and I loved it. I mean, every week I see a prime bottle, and I really want to knock it off. And I'm so glad Cena did that in Dublin. The Dublin crowd was loud. Great, there were some good matches on. The only thing I noticed is they changed the ending. So when you guys had the USA ending, it was Cena coming up, Logan Paul coming up behind Nick Aldis to punch Cena. While Netflix, when Logan Paul was about to punch Cena, he missed. He missed. And you can see he missed because of the angle that they had. So that's why they reshot it. But apart from that, Dublin crowd, I love that. I love that town. I can't remember anything after the show, apart from having a few Guinness. But when it's SmackDown and Raw in Europe, it's loud and it's fun, and I cannot wait to see what they do in Paris on Sunday.
And we also have to focus about Monday night on Raw, where we're going to get Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against the phenomenal AJ Styles. And you remember what happened last year when they went to Paris, when they went to Lyon, France. We had Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles. That place, I thought the camera was shaking. I was like, oh my gosh. Every time we heard the word phenomenal, the Lyon, France crowd says, la di da di do do, la di da di da di.
If you when you watch it tonight on USA Network, you get a little bit of that. How loud it is, anyway. Because we're talking about France now, let's go to our predictions for this Sunday's Clash in Paris. And let's go with the first match. We were talking about it then. John Cena versus Logan Paul. Who have you got, Chris?
Well, as of now, I have a gut feeling. I have a weird feeling that Logan Paul is going to win this. And here's why I think Logan Paul is going to win on Sunday. It's because by the help of Brock Lesnar. Because with Nick Aldis saying to John Cena, hey, I talked to Brock Lesnar, and that's when the whole reshot thing with the Logan Paul punching John Cena. I feel Brock Lesnar is going to cost John Cena the match, help Logan Paul, and Logan Paul, he wins. He's going to brag about it for a long time, that saying, hey, I beat the greatest of all time, John Cena. And he's going to go on in his impulsive talk show. He's going to be on Raw, be on SmackDown, talk about, I beat the greatest of all time, John Cena. And it's literally going to set up John Cena, Brock Lesnar for WrestlePalooza. And it also, they want us to transition into ESPN era. This is the final main roster PLE for Peacock. What a better way to have the biggest cliffhanger where Brock Lesnar comes out. He cost Cena the match. Brock could attack John Cena, lay him out, and then everybody's going to say, oh my gosh, when are we going to get Cena versus Lesnar? That'll be the biggest cliffhanger to end the Peacock era. And then we're going to transition into the ESPN era and have John Cena, Brock Lesnar on September 20th, WrestlePalooza. And I'm hearing it's going to be a last man standing match. So if that does happen, then Cena and Lesnar, they're going to go to war that night.
Yeah. If the rumors are true, then that match is going to be crazy because they had a last man standing match before, and that was bloody. That was really bloody. I gone for John Cena because I really, really hate Logan Paul. I feel they need to give Cena a win in this match, and I feel he might lose against Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza, and then help. And I think then it'll just about wins whatever appearances he has then. But even match, it's got to be a good match. It's got to be good storytelling, and I look forward to that match. Be interested in seeing as we both think the different.
But hey, predictions could change, so you know that.
That's true. That's true. And next week we'll be like, yeah, we knew what was going to happen. Next match is Sheamus versus Rusev. I do believe it's I call it a bar fight. Who have you got for this one?
I feel like the match type is a good old fashioned Donnybrook match.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50 on this match with Sheamus and Rusev. My heart is saying Sheamus. My mind is saying Rusev. But this is Rusev's first PLE since coming back to WWE. And I just feel like, in a way, Sheamus has been in WWE longer. I think he is going to want to build the next generation up. And I feel, as of now, I think Rusev is taking this.
I totally agree. I'm with you. I think this is a must-win for Rusev. I think you are right. It's Rusev's first pay-per-view since coming back from to WWE from AEW. I definitely think Rusev will win. Sheamus he does business, and I think Rusev wins, and then he goes after Intercontinental title. Probably when AJ wins on Monday. Next match is a controversial match now, seeing as what comments this person made on Monday about a certain rock star. Becky Lynch will defend her women's Intercontinental title against Nikki Bella. For me, I got Nikki Bella. I think this could be punishment for Becky for her comments on Monday. But that could just me being a bit political in my head. But I got Nikki Bella because I feel that'll just get more heat on Becky, and then she'll get back at WrestlePalooza. What about you, Chris?
Well, I'm disagreeing with you. I have Becky Lynch retaining the Women's Intercontinental Championship. They're going to have to continue Becky Lynch's run as champion. Yeah, she won the championship and Money in the Bank. I would just push this even longer. Becky Lynch is going to retain on Sunday.
How further would you keep the belt on Becky?
I feel like it's too early to tell.
But do you think she needs better opponents than Nikki then? Do you feel like she needs...
I feel like she's going to need more opponents. We know Lyra's not going to be able to get the Intercontinental Championship ever again until Becky loses it. I feel like the most logical opponent for Becky Lynch is Stephanie Valkyr.
So yeah, I was thinking because Stephanie's going for the women's world title. I was thinking Natty. I'm not the Natalia Neidhart. I mean Natty. I think like the badass like from GCW Bloodsport, that kind of Natty that we need against Becky, and I feel Natty will win the title there. The next match is, I think, Ross, one of your favorites. I think it's the OTC Roman Reigns versus the Tribal Thief Bronson Reed. I know who you got in this. I think I know, but who have you got?
I got Bronson Reed.
No.
Yeah, I feel because this is the thing. We all know Roman Reigns is set to go film a movie, Street Fighters, next month. So, and personally, with Bronson Reed and the Vision, they got to keep the Vision strong enough to go into War Games, and where with Roman Reigns, when he eventually comes back, he could get revenge on the Vision and taking down the Vision, because I feel like we don't know what the two other members of the Vision is going to be, facing all these bunch of baby faces that could beat the Vision. We all know Roman Reigns is going to be on that War Games match. We know CM Punk is going to be on there. We know possibly Jey Uso. Maybe
LA.
LA Knight, and I'm going to say John Cena. I think John Cena is going to compete in his first War Games. It'd be the first and last War Games match. So I feel Bronson Reed and the Vision, they got to continue being strong for going into War Games, and that's where Roman could finally beat the Vision. And what Roman Reigns said in his promo on Monday, he has plans for the rest of the year, plans going into next year. I feel next year Roman Reigns is going to take on Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. That's where I'm seeing it. Does that mean Roman Reigns is going to win the 2026 Royal Rumble? I don't know. It's too early to tell. Possibly when November and December rolls around, then I feel we're going to get a clear vision on who's going to potentially win the 2026 men's and women's Royal Rumble matches.
When you watch on the WWE Unreal, they do tell you the road to WrestleMania for them starts in November. So Survivor Series is that little plant seed. I think last year we seen that with Roman and Punk when they were in the War Games match. Then we seen that Royal Rumble with Seth added onto it. So I do feel that we'll see the seeds then. I feel I'm same with you. As much as I want Roman Reigns to win, it's going to be Bronson Reed. I feel he'll put Bronson Reed there, be out for a month, and then come back for a Survivor Series. There is a match. I won't tell you the outcome because it'll be on SmackDown, but
I saw it on social media, so you could put it up.
So, the SmackDown tag team titles will be on the line. It will be the White Six versus Street Profits. This will be a very good match, but I got the Wyatts. What have you got?
I got the Wyatt Six retaining. And from there, I feel like the two logic teams that I could potentially see the Wyatt Six dropping their tag team titles to is maybe two members of the MFTs or Fraxium.
Ooh, that's a yeah. I did think of that. I'm just wanting that why it sits MF team rivalry. I want to see Eric Rowan versus Tonga. It's going to be a crazy, crazy rivalry. That will be. Now let's go into the main event. Clash in Paris. It's CM Punk versus LA Knight versus my man Jey Uso versus the World Heavyweight Champion Seth frickin' Rollins. Who have you got to end this pay-per-view out?
Well, we got the Second City Saints, CM Punk. We got main event Jey Uso, Yeet. We got Seth freaking Rollins, and let's say it, LA Knight. Yeah. I got Seth freaking Rollins retain the World Heavyweight Championship. And in the triple threats, Phantom 4-Ways, there's always a buffer person. There's always a fall person. I just feel like the fall person is going to possibly be LA Knight. I have the gut feeling it's going to be LA Knight. And if they want to make WrestlePalooza big, I would have Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And personally, that needs to be a stipulation if they are going to have that match. And what a better stipulation to have it is let them both be locked up inside hell in a cell.
Oh man, that's some good booking. That is. I'm for me. My head says Seth Rollins. My heart says Jey Uso. I just really the way Seth tricked me at SummerSlam. I just want him off that title. But I cannot wait to see this match. I love Fatal 4-Ways, but I do feel it'll be Seth Rollins. I'm the same with you. LA Knight would take the pinfall. We've had WWE over here in the UK for their WWE tour super shows, and LA Knight has been teaming up with Ray Phoenix against somebody that sits for the tag titles, and every time LA's took the pin. So I could see LA taking the pin again on Sunday, and Seth winning by a miracle.
And also, you were talking. Sorry, I've interrupted you again.
Sorry.
Also on the European tour, you forgot to say this person's name, Joe Hendry.
Yes, Joe Hendry was in the UK tour, beat the living poop out of the Miz. I did not expect this, but as soon as his music came on, it was brilliant. And next week there will be video. The only video I have is a yeet. But yeah, it was a crazy live tour. Really crazy when Roxanne Perez gave a code red to CM Punk. But once again, crazy weekend wrestling, crazy weekend about to happen. Especially if you're watching it on the USA Network in about half hour. And a crazy first episode of the Rotz Report. How did you find the first show?
Personally, I feel the first show, I was nervous about this whole entire idea that you brought to me, and I said, okay, I need to get out of my comfort zone and expand my horizon. And I feel the first show, we nailed it good. I can't wait for many more of these to come. And hopefully we make this a success.
Oh, yes, we will. You can catch this podcast on any audio podcast you could reach. This will also be on YouTube, and you can catch us on NWL Prediction League. Also, if you want to join, the link will be in the description. Where can they find you, Mr. Ross?
Well, where you guys could find me at is on my Instagram, CMROTZ_1316. Thanking Roman Reigns for giving us 1,316 days as the greatest modern day war heavyweight champion. You can find me on my Facebook, Christopher Rotz. You can find me on my X account, CRox24. The 24 is for the late, great Kobe Bryant. That's where you could find me on my social medias. And I can't wait for many more of the Rotz Report to come.
Oh, yes, there'll be plenty more. You can find the Wrestling Pedigree 92 on Instagram and YouTube. You can find me at Matty W freaking A on X, and you can find both of us on Facebook, just giving hell to our predictors and our GMs for the MWL. So from me, Matty, and the man, Christopher Rotz, thank you for tuning in for our first episode. We'll see you next week with a fallout of Clash of Paris and whatever craziness happens in Paris on Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys, and have a great weekend and enjoy wrestling.